In terms of Sneeko saying confronting everything that is in your subconscious, like everything you've been ignoring, I have a little trip report for you that I've never released, and that was a 6-gram magic mushroom trip where it was weird the way it happened actually. So I made it like a ceremonial setting, as I like to do, because psychedelics are seemingly inherently spiritual. So it was weird. I set an alarm at 2 a.m. Yeah, I woke up at 2 a.m. In the middle of my sleep. I ran a freezing cold bath, like just cold water, but trust me, mate, a cold bath, like full blast cold with the tap. That shit is really cold, and I led in it for about 5, nearly 10 minutes maybe, and that lowering yourself into the bath like slowly like that is the hardest part. Anyway, I led in there. Because there's a lot of health benefits to the cold showers, but it's also because they clear your mind, because good luck with all your mental bullshit when you're in survival mode because you're freezing cold. And that is why cold showers are very powerful, because they dissolve the bullshit, because you're like, fuck. And that's what I found. If I ever start going into a bad trip, if I get into a cold shower, it just dissolves my bullshit. And I use them all the time. It's like a reset. But anyway, I done that. I got out of the bath. I was boiling hot, like immediately. And then about 10 minutes after, I was freezing cold for about an hour. I then ingested the 6 grams as soon as I got out of the bath. And then I led on the sofa, and I was trying to like, it felt very uncomfortable on my body, this dose that I ingested, because it's a lot eating these mushrooms. They taste like shit. So I was trying to distract myself with the TV and go on YouTube, and I was like, how long am I going to scroll and look for something that isn't there? Because I was scrolling for ages while trying to ignore what this trip was trying to present to me, which we'll get to in a second. And I was like, there's nothing on here, this is just a load of shit. And eventually I put the remote down and I laid down in my blanket in the dark at 2 a.m. And this is when the psychedelics opened up. And this is what they do, they seem to open up eventually. Like, you take them, within an hour or two, they like blossom. So I led there, and that is when my subconscious mind poured forth. And I faced everything. And it was almost like, do you ever feel like you're running away from the truth? Like, you distract yourself with your phone, as if you know that you're full of shit, but you hide it with all your bullshit. So this is when the floodgates opened, and this is why psychedelics are so powerful, because I literally began to swim through my mind for about 6 hours, and it was a trance, and I led there. It was a bad experience, but it was a mindful bad experience, because I knew what was happening. I wasn't delusional like my, if you want a really bad experience, check out this fucking trip report. 7-gram extreme terror trip. That is how bad psychedelics can get, so have a look at that if you're interested. But yeah, I led there, the floodgates opened, and I was literally swimming through all of my problems. And as I was confronting them, I remember I said out loud once, I was like, yeah, why the fuck would you do that, you idiot? And it was loads of things. And yeah, it was like a very honest, because your ego can dissolve on psychedelics, and this is why they can be very powerful. And this is why I warn Andrew Tate about his take on psychedelics, because they dissolve the ego, they dissolve the sense of self. And when that happens to somebody who is built on only an ego, take for example Connor Murphy. Yeah, if you don't know who Connor Murphy is, he was built on ego, and he is now, because he makes these videos, yeah, they're very strange. He walks around and takes his shirt off, and I don't know if that's like really an egoic thing, in front of girls, and they're like, oh my god, in various different ways. This is like the worst kind of content I don't know who the fuck watches this. But anyway, he took ayahuasca, or ayahuasca as Andrew Tate calls it in this video. He took ayahuasca and he went fucking insane. So can we find when psychedelics go? If you want to see his story, I recommend you check it out, because he went full blast insane. I don't know if I can find any clips. There are a lot of this is a good documentary, Sunny V2. Just look at the beginning. I'll show you. This is evidence.
Every single conspiracy theory you ever know is 100% true. The government is reptilian overlords. Joe Rogan is in on it. Elon Musk is in on it. Tiger Woods is in on it. You can check my story. I've been messaging them. I am forgetting and knowing that is how I created the plan. I can't do the plan if I knew it the whole time, because I'd be cracking up, so I make myself forget I am infinitely intelligent, so I can make...
They give you a very deep body awareness. I became my body, so that, you know how there's always a body awareness but you're not actually really in tune into it exactly. On the psychedelics you can become the field of your body awareness, and you can't escape. Sometimes it will happen. Like, I remember I felt my feet very, very strongly, and I was like, it was weird because you can become the essence of what you observe on psychedelics, and you are, and that is why I had a no self-awakening. But yeah, deeper stuff. Yeah, I remember on that trip report I was telling you about earlier as well, my jaw started vibrating as well. Very profound, very strange trance. And it wasn't until I got up off the sofa I realised the profundity of what I just went through. Psychedelics have a tendency of not revealing the profundity until you reflect on it in a sober mind state, because you can get deep in another world, mate. Anyway, let's continue. So what other notes did I take?
There are just so many more important things in this world than money, man.